Welcome back to the channel, Lab 94 video. Well, what we have behind us is a brand new out-of-a-box 1967 Ford Mustang Fastback. Now the floor pan here can be used for 64.5 all the way up to 67, 68. Only thing different with that floor pan is going to be those rear bumper brackets that mount in the back. So that's all we're going to be changing out on that, is those bumper brackets. But what you have here, the fenders, of course, you don't need those to complete the body, but you have your floor pan. What I don't have here, but I have them in the garage, is the front and rear roof brace and the corner pieces for the rear section of the taillight panel that fastens to the quarter panels. But everything else is here. So what we have, everything basically come from Classic Industries. A lot of these parts are from Dynacorn. The doors I don't have pictured here inside. Those doors come from Scott Drake. But let's go around and I'll show you everything. This right here is going to be the next project that I'm going to be featuring on the channel. So go ahead and follow along, and we're going to be seeing this thing right here come together. I'm going to be punching out all the holes, welding everything in, and we're going to be doing a step-by-step video putting this together. One other thing that I don't show here is the trap door partial shelf for the trunk hinges, which that's also inside. But let's go ahead and do a walk around and show you each of these panels. Starting right here at the front, we've got the core support, both sides here. Now the pieces that go right here for the shock tires, I have those, but I'm going to be cutting those down. Those will be cut down because I'll be using a tubular, I think it's AJE front suspension for this car, which I have inside. So I don't have those sitting in place. The upper and lower cowl panel, of course, fenders, the firewall, the complete floor section, also from Classic Industries, the complete 67/8 fastback inner structure panel, 67 fastback rear quarter, roof skin, separation panel, taillight panel for Shelby, which is weld in. Also on this side you have the exact same parts, just flipped. Quarter panel, structure, and then the front fender. Now everything that you see here, you can order every bit of this already assembled. If you don't certainly might have the talent yourself, or you don't want to pay somebody else to do it, you can certainly buy this already assembled. These bodies come in several different prices. I think you can get one of these bodies for around $16,000. Of course, you know, with everything changing with the market these days, it could be 18 and 19 by the time you look them up. But just a little bit of a rundown here on my parts list. The full floor pan section right here. When I got this floor pan section, I got the floor pan section, the cowl panel, and I think the taillight panel, and I think it was around $5,000 for the floor pan, taillight panel, and the upper cowl panel. So around $5,000 for that. Now the inner structure right here that goes on the sides, these right here are the fully assembled. You can get those that are not fully assembled that you have to weld up yourself, and those are a little bit cheaper, but you might as well go ahead and get it already assembled. Now these, you can get these for around $1,500 each for one side, so you're right around $3,000 for two. And then of course everything is freight nowadays, so anything you see here is pretty much going to be a freighted item or an oversized shipping item. So we're about $5,000 there, $3,000 here. Quarter panels. Now these quarter panels here, those are the Dynacorn quarter panels back there with the inserts for the 67 vents, which I'm not going to be using. I'm going to be taking all that out. Quarter panels are roughly around $550 to $600 a side, depending on where you get them, plus oversized shipping. So if you're planning on building one of these cars, make sure you get as much as you can all at once, so that you just have to pay that one-time freight bill. But you're looking at roughly, around $1,100, $1,200 for your quarter panels. 9, 10, 11, around in there, just depending on what brand you get. Of course, we have a Dynacorn roof skin. Roof skins you can get for roughly $350. Of course, they vary as well. The taillight panel is $259 when I ordered mine through Classic Industries. The separation panel for the filler panel for the deck lid goes from the trunk to the back glass. That is about $99. Fenders, you can get fenders for around $150 a piece, but you're going to pay $300, $400 shipping. So make sure you get all this at once. Firewall is about $250. They also vary depending on the brand. And all my front suspension sections, which is, both frame rails. Now for about $500 roughly, you can get that whole left side frame rail section already assembled, which is what I probably would have done, but I wanted to get every little single piece and do a video together for the YouTube channel. So I've got the frame rails there, both the front and rear aprons, the shock tower, and the radiator support. So I've got roughly about, it's about $100 per apron front. The rears are about $58. So the front's about $70 to $100 for the fronts. So it'll be about $100 a piece. And then you got your frame rails, which are roughly, I think I paid around $175, maybe $200, $175 to $200 for each frame rail. And of course the core support with the front brace already welded in. And you can get that a little bit cheaper if you don't need that brace welded in, you want to build it yourself. So, roughly kind of what you're looking at, you're going to have, probably under 10 grand if you build one of these yourself. Of course you don't have to have the fenders just to build the car, but you're going to have roughly close to $10,000 in one of these bodies after it's all said and done. Now, some people don't want to do this route because it's so extensive, and of course you can buy them assembled, but a lot of people have a coupe. Now if you have a coupe Mustang and you want to turn it into a fastback, if you're not new to the channel, you already know this, but if you are new to the channel, go ahead and check out my playlist and you will see coupe Mustangs converted over to a fastback and some of the things you'll need to do in order to do that process. You can also, if you want to check out my Instagram, it's also at 1194 video without a space. But yeah, you can convert your coupe over to a fastback, and if you want to do that, you don't have to have the structure. If you don't want to use it, you can modify your factory structure in order to get it to the curvature you need for that top. Of course, drip rails, I've not showed that in the video. I'm going to be shaving my drip rails. Not sure if I'll shave them on this car or the other Coyote swap car or the other one, but this car right here, I may do it all pretty much factory. But I wanted to go ahead and show you kind of a rundown. This is going to be the very first video of this particular build. So what you're seeing is us just sticking it kind of together just so I can roll it into the shop for now. I've got to take all this stuff back off to knock the holes in it for the welds, spot welds. So, basically now you're just getting kind of a quick version of what's to come on this car right here. Okay, now what you're seeing here now is pretty much just sitting together. We done this just so I can roll it in there in the garage, not have parts all over the place. But, this is, got to be adjusted in and out. You got to find the right size. You got to do a lot of measurements to make sure you're exactly on the right track. And you see all these pieces right here. This one here goes right through that and conform with the firewall, just like so. And then the same goes to this piece here. Just gotta get it all into place.
Spirit.
But go ahead, if you haven't, subscribe to the channel, hit the little notification bell at the top. If you hit all the notifications, as soon as I upload a video, you'll be the very first one to see it. So go ahead and check out the rest of my videos on my playlist, and maybe you saw me on the Gears TV show, Stacy David, where we featured that 1955 Ford F100 project. But that's going to be it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video where hopefully we'll be putting this thing together.